Hey guys, this is Jacques from Makulu Linux and welcome to another video. So today's video we're going to show off three new AI apps, really cool apps. And then also I'm going to make some announcements, concerning the project and so forth. So let's first get into the apps before we talk about the the rest of the other stuff. Okay, so first app is a fan control app. Now I'm going to reopen this on because I'm in a virtual machine, and virtual machines don't really have GPUs, dedicated GPUs, and I want to show you the fan speed control. So I'm going to reopen this on my actual hardware, and then afterwards come back to this to the virtual machine. So let's do that quickly now. Hey guys, okay, so this is our fan control app. Now, before I explain what it does, firstly it's AI fan controlled app. I actually just want to state I didn't create this from scratch. Usually I create things from scratch unless I find an existing app that I can use as a base. So I found this little fan control app. In fact, when I found it, it was just a little single pane thing, and I think it went up to there. It just gave some basic stats, and you could change some modes. Although it was a little outdated, I think the last development on this was like a year ago or something. I don't know if the project's abandoned. I don't know why they haven't updated it. There are so many abandoned projects on GitHub. I'm assuming that it was abandoned. Anyway, so I took the app that had the nice existing framework and I forked it and I expanded on it. So I added more modes, added AI, added some graphs, it just updated all the code, made it work with the latest NBFC, and as a result, this is what we have. So we have this single nice fan controller app where you can set your fan to silent, balance, performance, turbo, and auto. So you can set the mode of your fans, right? You can see your fan loads over there. And my system is not under load at the moment, but if the fans do come on, this will regulate the fan speed, which is really nice because this is very hard to do in Linux. You've got to most of it's terminal based, a lot of commands and things to try and get your fans to work, and then you have to got to detect which fans as well. This takes care of all of that. It's got some graphs over here that show some stats, and it's got an AI Ask Advisor little button here. And if you click this, the AI will actually tell you which setting to set. So it will say your health, yes, CPU load is low, the RAM usage is well below capacity, and all the fan speeds are within normal ranges. So it checks your stats and then gives you like information about that. Recommendation: no immediate fan adjustment is needed. If future workload increases, consider a steeper GPU fan curve, start running da 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 da. Keep it cool. So it gives you like a nice little sort of, it's an advice, right? So it checks your existing stats and then gives you a breakdown of that and then tells you whether you should increase the fan speed or not. So nice little button there for the people that don't really know what they're doing here. Other than that, it sits in the panel over there. It sits at the bottom in the panel. You can close it, and you can then just right click exit or right click show. If you show it, you can just switch your fan speeds with just a single click. So it's a really nice AI fan adjustment app, basically fan controller app. So that's it. That's our fan controller app. Basic, simple, very effective. Right, our next app is the Linux Medic app. Now, this is an app that runs in the background, so you'll probably almost never see or hear from it. It just runs as a background service. In fact, it's running right now. I opened the GUI, but even if I didn't open the GUI, the app is still running. So what does this app do? Well, if you go to Help and About here, it tells you. It's an all-in-one system health suite. It's an AI system health suite, to be precise. How it works? It works as a multi-layered monitor. It's a log physician, a monitor systemd, accession, and APT for software glitches. Hardware physician checks smart disk health and CPU, GPU temperatures. Research physician identifies high CPU hangs and zombie processors. Network physician diagnoses internet outages and DNS failures. Security physician scans for rootkits, viruses, and I've actually expanded since then. Okay, so it scans for rootkits, viruses, and worms. It does monitor your network to see that any internet problems. It reports resource usage. It checks for high resource usage in rogue scripts, zombie processes, and so forth. Something that Linux does suffer. And then hardware physician, it smart checks your disks, your GPUs, your CPUs, your RAM, and so forth. So it monitors your actual hardware. With dying RAM, it emits an error message with your hard drive dying. It'll pick up on that type of thing. The log physician, it checks all of your logs. So whenever there's an error, it will pop up. So we've got this background AI service that runs. It's this AI-driven triage. When the physicians find a symptom, the data is triangulated with your hardware context and sent to the medical engine for an ELIF explained like ICM-5 diagnosis. AI integration, the AI engine. The AI doesn't just guess, it analyzes specific system states. Safety first. Suggestions are filtered through guardrails to prevent system breaking commands. Guided execution. Every fix is presented for review. We recommend using the guided terminal, blah, blah, blah. Learning. They explain like ICM-5 diagnostics, da, 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 da. Security scanner. So it's CLAM AV, RK Hunter, and dynamic updates. Benefits. Peace of mind, learning toolkit, recovery, ease of use. Advanced vitals, time shift safety net. Yes, it will actually, before it makes changes to your system, it will ask you if you want to do a snapshot, take a snapshot. And then it talks about smart thermals and vitals and surgical cleanup. Okay, so basically in a nutshell, let's reopen that, sorry, closed it now. In a nutshell, if you look at settings, in a nutshell, this runs as a system service. It's currently running right now. You can disable it so that it doesn't start up with your PC, although I would highly recommend you leave it. You can also kill the current background service. As you can see there, you can tick the different features that you want enabled. For example, security is always enabled. System errors is always enabled. Resource usage is optional. Now I have that unticked because I run a lot of rogue scripts as part of testing and part of being a dev, a coder and developing. So this will give me lots of errors if I tick that. So I untick it, but you're welcome to tick it if you want. So basically this is an AI algorithm that runs in the background. It looks for system errors, any kind of errors with packages, logs, anything. Any error that pops up on your system, it will send it to the AI. That means the AI is not actually running on your PC. It doesn't have access to your files. You are perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. Your data is perfectly safe. It's an algorithm that specifically looks for specific things. If it finds it, it then sends it to the AI. It's taken me a long time to build this. I've been actually working on this since like last year. We had the first version out, then 2, then 3, then 4, and it's been an ongoing process to get this to run as well as it does right now. If it does pop up an error, it will present it like this. It will give you the diagnosis at the top. It will give you the guided terminal at the bottom. It will have an apply fixes button, which you can click and it will just run the commands, or you can copy and paste the commands yourself. It's got a cinnamon safe mode. It's got to ignore this error because sometimes it will pop up warnings and it's warnings of things that you know but you don't want to fix, or then you can just click ignore. You've got settings, you've got ask AI. If you click this button, it actually pops up and you can actually talk to the AI about the error. So for example, you run the commands, they don't help, they don't work. You can diagnose further with the AI, have a chat with the AI, and it can guide you further on the error. And so this is basically a Linux medic system, and it's always on. The moment you boot up your PC, it's running. If you're running AIOS, it is running. You can disable it. There, just disable it, reboot, and it's gone, right? So you can find it in your menu under AI Linux Medic. Okay, the next app, and this is such a cool app. This is my favorite of the three. This is such a wow factor for this app. Is an actual content writer. And I've taken shit to the next level here. Excuse the swearing or the cussing, but I've taken things to the next level here. Okay, so if you look at the GUI here, it's very simple. If you're writing a novel, it says book name, genre, the type of which AI, Electrum Mini or AI Pro, HTML theme, we'll put a cyberpunk since we're going with science fiction. I've got some prompts here that I've pre-made. This prompt says, write a book about living on the moon. The book should follow a colony of the first humans to live on the moon, perhaps 5 people, each specialized in a specific field. They also have a humanoid robot, blah, blah, blah. The robot can do anything, all the tasks, da, 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 da. The book should focus on their lives, hardships, establishing a colony on the moon. It says, feel free to write, go wild on this book, lots of cliffhangers and chapters, also emotional connections, and give it an epic cliffhanger to set up potential future books. Okay, so we're going to copy that prompt. We're going to paste it here. Now, obviously, the content it can write is not just novels. It can write short stories, movie scripts, stage plays, blog articles, essays, research papers, leaflets, brochures, product manuals, business reports. I mean, it's a long list of things, of content types that it can do. But for this demo, we're going to do the novel. So we're going to go Moon Base. We're going to call it, caps lock. We're going to call it Moon Base. Okay, so that's going to be our name of our book. Is going to be Moon Base. How many chapters? I think a book is on average 17 to 25 chapters, so this is on the high side, but this is just a demo, so let's do like 10 chapters. Scenes, usually a book is somewhere between 4 and 6 scenes, which means 5 average, but we're going to go with maybe 3 scenes for this demo. I don't want to make this very long. Usually, I think most books are somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 words. This one's on the high side. Let's go with 2,000 words just for the demo purposes. So we're going to do a 10 chapters, 3 scenes a chapter, 2,000 words, and Moonbase, and there's our prompt. Now, you can also attach files, like if you have additional information to the story, like maybe you've written some notes about the world that you want the book to be based on, you can attach those files. It will influence the prompt. You can also add characters. If you want to manually add characters, you can select the sex, the name of the character, the role of the character, and description of the character. And you can add more characters as you want. In this case, we're just going to leave that. We're going to let the AI decide on the characters. So let's go ahead and hit generate and see what happens. So now let's see this generate this book. Now you might be thinking, well, I can ask ChatGPT to do this, or I can ask Gemini to do this. No. This is next level stuff, and you're going to see in a minute why. So let's hit generate, and then let's talk about it. Let's see what happens here. I wanted to set Electron Pro, forgot to set that. Okay, Mini is fine. It should be okay. Pro generates much better content than Mini does, but Mini should be okay. This is just for demo anyway. Okay, so let's take a look here what's happened here now. Let me explain. Firstly, it generates an overview. So it will first generate like a book overview of the book. And here you can see the core concept, the series information, one book total, the target metrics, perspective, single point of view from the leader of the colony. And then it says here Act 1, Chapter 1, 1 and 2, Chapters 3 and 4, Act 2. So it's got 2 acts here, right? And then it's got key themes, narratives, major plot points, character arcs, hooks and foreshadowing, and then ending. And then it says the structure ensures detailed, compelling, da-da-da-da-da. Now, so it basically lays out the book before it even starts generating the book. This is nice because you can make edits to this, and you now have an idea of what the book is, like how it's going to start, how it's going to end, what's going to happen in the middle. You have a sort of a very vague idea, which is very nice because per chapter you have an initial arrival and initial setup, and then chapter 4, chapter 6, chapter 8, chapter 10. So it kind of gives you major plot points there as well. So the arrival initial setup is going to go from chapter 1 to chapter 3. Chapter 4 is going to be the first successful harvest and beginning of community bonding. Chapter 6, system failure, cause and panic. Chapter 8, severe dust storm damages the colony. Testing survival skills. Chapter 10 is going to be climax with a life or death mission to repair the colony's oxygen-generated robot's unexpected behavior raises questions about its programming. Wow, that sounds interesting. That sounds very cool. So as you can see, that's going to be basically the book, major plot points. Very cool. So if you're happy and you don't need to edit anything, just go approve and continue. Boom. Now let's see what happens. So first it generates the book overview. Now it's going to do chapter overview. Each of the chapters is going to have its own overview file, right? So before it actually generates the actual book, it breaks things down. It gives you the book overview, then it gives you the chapter overview, and then we go to scenes. So it all gets broken down piece by piece by piece. So by the time you generate the actual book, you've got all of this information that you know exactly what's going to happen, even in the scenes. This is so cool because it's got so much information. So let's just finish this chapter and then we're going to just quickly take a look at what it generated before we continue. So it's already chapter 8, chapter 9. It's very quick, by the way. Look at that. It's so quick. And then last one, chapter 10, and then it goes to approve. Let's move this out of the way and let's move that out of the way. And let's take a look here. So let's take a look at overview. So it says chapter 1, overview, first steps on Luna. Third person limited, Alex, the colony leader, the number of words. Then it says the 3 scenes: arrival, initial setup, contact with a robot, team introductions, and bonding. So there's the first 3 scenes of the chapter. Character development, themes explored, clues and foreshadowing, sensory data, visual, auditory, tactile, and emotional. And then chapter end hook, connection to the next chapter, and writing. Wow, look at this. This is freaking awesome. Awesome. Look at that, the details. Chapter 2, the same thing. Chapter 2 will also be broken down. Chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, all the way to chapter 10. You can literally see chapter by chapter, you can see what's going to happen. So first, a book overview broken down, and then each chapter broken down. This is amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. We now have a very detailed overview of our book before we even start writing it. And we can make edits. We can still come and edit things, edit names, whatever, whoever, wherever. And if we're happy with everything, and now we want to generate the actual book, we should click approve and continue. And now I'm just going to fast forward because this is going to take a while. So I'm going to fast forward and let it finish this generation. Okay, it's completed. Notice here that there were a few errors here. Chapter 1 error, it was expecting 3 scenes but found 12, and chapter 8 it was expecting 3 scenes but found 1. Let's hide this. Let's close that. Let's go here. See here it says found 2 chapters incorrect, incorrect counts, and then it regenerated both. So it repaired itself. This is awesome that the AI can actually detect when a scene or scenes aren't generated correctly, when book overviews or chapter overviews are not. Like because this is a multi-agent technology, so we actually have agents here that goes through the chapters, goes through the story to make sure that everything meets the standards, that everything generates the way it's supposed to, that each scene is set up the way it's supposed to. And this is also due because we have all of this breaking down of overviews and chapters and scenes, that the AI can easily spot errors. And so you get a much better. Anyway, if we go here to open folder, because it's done now, if we go to open folder, you'll see here there's the HTML, but there's also the overview of the book. There's the chapters, all of the chapters and the chapter overviews are there. All the scenes are here as well. So all the files get kept. All the files get kept here, right? And if we choose preview book now, so there's a button to preview book. Now I don't want to change a keyring. So it's preview book. You'll see the book opens up in a browser, and then you see it's Moonbase, science fiction, cyberpunk theme. The theme's very nice. This is a cyberpunk theme I used on my own novel, and I kind of transferred it to this app. Now, if we had chosen a different one, sunset this or ocean view or whatever, it will use a similar theme, but it will like alter the colors. Instead of blue and red and black, we'll have like, I don't know, orange and green and other colors. But this is the base theme, just the color variations. So as you can see here, we've got 10 chapters. Let's see how it starts. The transport module kisses the regolith with the muted thud. The plume of fine grey dust spiraling upwards before being snatched by the vacuum had disappeared into the black sky. Alex watches through the visor of his helmet, the external cameras feeding a crisp monochrome feed of the landing site on the okay. let's play the audio, because we also, I forgot to mention this, we've also got audio here. So you can click play.
Chapter 1. Scene 1. The transport module kisses the regolith with a muted thud, a plume of fine grey dust spiraling upward before being...
You can also hit stop there. You can also change voices to other voices. There's a bunch of Google Voices. That was US English. You can also go UK female.
Scene 1. The transport module kisses the regolith with a muted thud.
So you can change voices. And look how nice this coloring is with Cyberpunk. It's just awesome. So you can jump between chapters as well. So you can go to like chapter 8 and then play.
Chapter 8. The storm approaches.
So the playback will only read the chapter that you're on. Chapter 10, you click play, it will read chapter 10. It won't start at 1. Very cool. Let's see how this book ends here, because this looks like really, really, really good writing. I want to see what happens right at the end here, what it's like the last. Let's see if there's anything cool here. It says here, the robot turned, its eyes glowing with an unearthly light, and without a word it walked away into the dust-covered darkness, leaving Alex and the team staring after it, the silence heavy with unanswered questions. Oh my God, how awesome is that for a cliffhanger, huh? As the robot's glowing senses dimmed, it silently departed into the dust-covered darkness. Alex and the team were left staring after it, the silence heavy with unanswered questions. And then it gives the quote, an actual quote of the ending there. The robot turned, its eyes glowing with unearthly light, and without a word it walked away into the dust-covered darkness, leaving Alex and the team staring after it, the silence heavy with unanswered questions. That's epic! This sets up another book. I need to save the story. I can already tell this is going to be a good story. Anyway, so basically we just generated a novel. It's not a big novel. I mean, not all novels are large. This is a smaller one, obviously, because of the demo. I didn't want to make it too long and make this video 2 hours long. But we just generated a novel within minutes, right? And here's the cool thing. Let's close this. Let's go back here. Here's the cool thing. You also have options to export to PDF and to publish it. If you click Publish Book, give it a name, and then hit Publish, it actually gives you an URL, a URL, copy URL. Okay. Now if we go open up, let's go open up a web browser here, Google. Let's go open up a web browser. And then, no, I don't want to create a keyring. Cancel, 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 cancel. Let's go here and paste that URL. See there, makululinux.us, our web server, /web, Moonbase. Let's hit enter. That's all it gave us. And there we go. There's our story. This is a shareable URL. You can take that URL, you can share it with anybody, anywhere, paste it anywhere. Whoever clicks this link is going to be able to read your story. So you can publish the book directly on our web server for free. We do not charge for that. That's free space that we give to all of our users. So you can write books, publish them, and just use that as a web URL. So you don't have to own your own web space and create web and this and that. No, you just hit the publish button, copy the URL, and then you can share your story. Very awesome. You can also export to PDF. Click export to PDF, choose a name. Let's go to desktop, save it on the desktop, and then save it. It says this may take 1 to 2 minutes for large books. Please wait. There we're done. Export successful. Let's go check out the exported. There's at Moonbase. Let's open it. And there we go. There's our story in PDF format. So if you write like a really cool novel and you're publishing it to whatever, you got to send it to a publisher or upload it to a website or something in PDF format. Look at that. Very, very cool. Just very, very cool. So it's a really, really, really awesome AI writer. It breaks down the chapters, the book overview, the chapters, then the story. It just breaks down everything. You got the nice logging that you can see it. You can preview it, publish it, export to PDF. You got all your files over here, so you can put it into any format or use the files later as you want. And this is top grade stuff. Top grade stuff. So that's a book. What happens if I know this video is a little long, sorry for that, but let's try one more thing here quickly before we move on to the last part of our video. Let's take this over here, this prompt that I made over here. This is a blog. What if you're a blogger? You're writing blogs and stuff, right? So let's choose humanity because this is, Oh, here comes a medic. It's detected cache. Da, 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 da. Okay, just close. I don't have time for that now. Humanity. It detected something to do with cache there, clearing cache or something. Okay, we're going to choose blog article. But you see there, the Linux Medic works. It actually popped up there. I should have actually spent some time on that. But it popped up and it said something about clearing cache. It obviously detected that we didn't clear the cache after closing that app. It's so awesome. Even little things like that, it picks up. Keeps your PC in tip-top shape. So we're going to say, write a detailed blog post about human evolution and the fundamental changes that have happened in the last 2,000 years. What genre? We're going to go, isn't there like educational here? Genre, educational. There, educational. We're going to use Mini or we're going to use Electra AI. Maybe we should use a pro version this time because you used the Mini just now. Theme. Let's go with Sunset Blaze. Okay, so we're going to use a blog. We're going to do this. We're not going to attach any files, nothing else to add. Let's start. So the first thing you're going to notice is it will actually create an article outline, which is the same as chapter overview. Look there, article outline. And then it gives us an outline of the blog article that it's six sections. The dawn of human evolution, agricultural revolution and rise of early societies, ancient civilizations, foundations of knowledge and culture, classical to medieval transformation, and then the modern era industrialization and digital age. Wow, this is very, very cool. So it nicely breaks them down. And as you can see, it's generating the sections now, 2 or 5. So it's 5 sections, right? We chose 5. 3 or 5. This is motoring along. I'm very curious to see how this turns out. But you can basically have like this nice idea of how it's going to turn out because you've got an overview. So even with blog essays, doesn't matter what you generate, it will always break down everything down, break down the structures before it generates the content. So it's very, very awesome stuff, man. This is like pro level stuff, and I think it because we do it this way, it generates feature rich content, like way better than most people will probably ever be able to write. You don't just get some random stuff that's written on a screen. 5 of 5. It's almost done. Now, unlike the novel, articles will not generate the HTML link. They also won't export to PDF. They'll just stay in that sort of markdown view. The novels and books will generate to HTML because it's a long format that you've got, you read, audio, and so forth. The short articles like this, blog articles, will not. Okay, 505 is taking a little while. There we go. It's completed. Boom. And now we go completed article. Here we go. Humanity. Look at that. 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 Wow. And we can go here. Open. Oh, let's close that. Let's open the folder. And so here's the. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Here's the outline. There's the completed article. So the outline looked like that. And then the completed article would look like this. There's the completed article. Modern humans first appeared in fossils or records around 300,000 years ago, blah, 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 blah. Tool use and fire mastery around 280,000 years ago. Archaeological layers at, Qesem Cave, Israel, revealed sophisticated flake tool production, da, 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 da. Early language development, transition to settled life. And then key data points, brain volume, fire use, settlement density, tool complexity, genetic and archaeological corroboration. And then we've got agricultural revolution, the rise of early societies. Da, 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 da. Look at this. Wow, this is good stuff, man. Like if you're writing a blog on something, just the way it breaks it all down, such professionalism. Anyway, so this is really, really cool stuff, right? And this all from one prompt. This AI writer is just, it's next level stuff. So no matter what you're writing, it's next level stuff. And you know what's really cool about it? Is that unlike most AI tools, this one can actually generate cash. It can make you income because you can write novels and you can just sell them online. Sell them, I don't know, there are places online where you sell like books and things. $1 for a book, $2 for a book, or whatever. You just put it up there. It's passive income. It just lies there. Over time, 1,000 people might buy it. You'll have like $5,000 or whatever. So you just generate these novels, and one takes you, what, 20, 30 minutes to generate like a full novel. You can do like 2 an hour, 3 an hour. So you can just upload these every day on a daily basis. You can just upload novels and things and just put them there for sale. And any money you generate is free money. It's passive income, right? If you're writing blog posts, blog articles, you just generate article after article, great detail, feature rich content. Looks like it's written by a pro. So you can, make money being employed that way. Either you write for a magazine or write for yourself and create your own sort of magazine or whatever. The point is, AI Writer, unlike the other tools, AI Writer can actually generate cash. It can actually generate income, make money for people. I really like that. I like the fact that I'm able to make something that can make life easier for people, as well as add to their finances as well. This is very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, guys, so the last thing I want to speak about in this video is, two things. Number one, we're putting some limitations, some daily limitations on, and this cannot be helped. So for the free users will get 100 requests per day on our smallest models, plus some apps and things will be locked. Some AI apps will be locked. The pro users will get 500 requests per day on pro models of Electra. And the Patreon users will get 1,000 requests per day on our pro models, on the best of the pro models, all the new models. Now, with Electra, I'm always experimenting, so there's always a lot of models in play. But I read somewhere that the average user uses between 30 to 100 requests per day on AI. That's the average user, with 100 being obviously the guys that are more online and 30 with the guys that are less online. But these are AI users. So on the high end, it's 100. On the low end, it's 30. So even for free users, we're giving it on the high end, although it will be the smallest model, so it won't be like the best of the best. And some apps and things will be locked. And of course, no access to AI OS. This will just be on Electra, on Lindows with the limited AI in Lindows. So no access to AI OS. The pro users will get 500 requests a day, which is 5 times more than the average user on the pro models, and access to AI OS. The Patreon users obviously will get 1,000, which is 10 times more than the average user. So basically you get plenty access to AI. So we are putting limitations in place, and these limitations we have to put in place because of the load on our server boxes, which are constantly in the red. So I'm having to put these limitations in place because of that. So it's not unlimited, but the limits are pretty high. You got a lot that you can, and this refreshes every day. So every day you have 1,000 requests. I mean, it's a lot, right? That being said, I am opening up a new thing here called, let me just close this here. Sorry, we do run ads on the site. Have to try and pay for the servers any way we can. I am putting this up. Now, I've put it up like maybe a week ago or something, or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember. And of course, it's on zero. Why wouldn't it be? On our main website, there is a new donation thing there. If you click donate now, it will actually take you to a page here where it has an option to pay via PayPal or Stripe. You can donate, and donors will be shown that by country, by name that they use, or whatever the case might be. So we are putting this campaign for 2026. Now, the reason for this is because we want to open this for everyone. Right now, I'm having to put these limitations in place because our boxes can't really handle much more. it's actually so bad with AI that I have to make anything in a minimalistic. I don't know, is my spelling right? Minimalistic? I don't know if that's right. Anyway, I have to do everything in a minimalistic way. When I make an app, I have to design the app to make the smallest possible prompt. So if the app needs the AI to convert something or whatever, and usually the prompt will be like, let's say 2,000 characters, I have to make that app in such a way and use formats like markdown files and JSON files and other formats to try and make the character from 2000 and bring it down to 200, so that the prompt that goes to the AI is as small as possible, while still achieving the same effect, the same goal, right? So I would use keywords instead of a sentence. I would just use a couple of keywords that I know the AI will understand, that type of thing. Um, and this obviously also leads to, well, good apps, but not great apps. Our apps could be so much better if I just had the resources to do it. Now, we created Electra. It's taken us 2 years to create Electra, our own AI, which means we do not.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Quit. Electra heard me. Yeah, we've got voice, by the way. She heard me when I said her name. Okay, so we created our own AI, Electra. That was funny. She started speaking. So we created our own AI, Electra, which means we don't pay per token. If we had the hardware, we could run unlimited Electra all day, all night, API access for the whole world, right? But of course, that would be hundreds of thousands of dollars, blah, 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 blah. But I figured if I did some calculations on server boxes that would be sufficient for us to be able to give this kind of access to everybody. Everybody would get somewhere between 1 to maybe 2-3,000 requests per day on the best models, as well as I would be able to, the AI would be able to handle much larger prompts, so I would be able to create better apps. Memory and history would be able to be saved on a much larger scale, and so just overall there would be a better quality of AI that we would also be able to provide while providing more AI. So we don't pay per token, but we do pay for resource usage. So the usage of actually running the models, that we do pay for. So this is like it's like a bittersweet victory kind of thing. Anyway, so I figured, I went and did some calculations on boxes and things, and what it would cost us, and the total I came up was $25,000, 25K, and we could go to the next level with AI, providing not just better quality apps and better AI and more availability and better memory storage and things, but also more to the free users. Free users would be able to use AI OS, and pro users would get access to better models. Patreon would always get, the Patreon guys are the best guys. Those guys keep this project alive. So they would obviously be priority over everything else too, as well. But I mean, they would also get access to everything, and of course, anybody who donates here would also be classified into our mailing list of all the latest ISOs, all the latest AI, all the best models, all the highest token counts, blah 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 blah, requests per day and so forth. So what I'm saying is, if you can, and I know there are people that can, if you can, I understand it's a difficult time, everybody's greedy, everybody's protective of the cash, but also know that there are a lot of people out there that can afford. If you can afford to help the project and get us to better AI, better just overall, help us with our yearly goal, because we want to expand, we want to take Linux to the next level. Right now, I'm doing a lot with AI integration, but I am limited what I can do. What I could do, right? And so, yeah, I have to campaign. I have to campaign. The pro model upgrades, the pro upgrades, and the Patreon guys do help. They keep the everything alive at this point, but it's not enough. The $30 here, $30 there just doesn't cut it. We need bigger money. We need cash inflow and a lot of it. You know, AI is not cheap. This is an unfortunate truth, is that AI is not cheap. 25K sounds like a lot, but trust me, that would go very quickly because we don't get paid anything. In fact, I put my own money into this project every month. Every single month, I put my own cash into this project. I don't mind. I'm not complaining. It's just life. I like doing it. Of course, I'll keep doing it. But we need some serious money or we're not going to be able to push it to the next level. And the thing is, there's no other Linux project doing this. Nobody else is integrating it at the level that we are. So I suspect that there are guys that would like to see this go to the next level. So if you are one of those guys, you have some cash, you can afford, throw us a couple $100, or hell, if you can, a couple of $1,000. You will be listed here as a sponsor, but also, you can always talk to us. I'm sure we can find things to make it worth your while as well. Maybe API access, unlimited, or something. I don't know. But you will also go on our mailing list, which means you will get the best of everything. So you'll get access to everything as well. So I just want to point this out because I'm going to start putting this on every single video. It's time for us to really start campaign funding. And I need to push AI. This is the problem. I don't want to do this, but I need it. We need to. So if it stays on 0, then so be it. I'll just continue to make the apps and things the way I do now and keep pushing boundaries where I can, how I can. But if we can get some funding, wow, the things that we would be able to achieve would be epic, epic. So if you can donate, please do. It's on our website, makululinux.com. It's very easy. Just go there. PayPal or Stripe. Fill in a total, whatever you can give. Go through that. You will receive an email from us, and you will go onto a mailing list, so you'll get access to everything, all like VIP treatment. So it's not like you won't get anything. We'll give you like a whole year, maybe depending on how much do you donate. But it'll probably start at about a year supply of everything AI related, all the goodies in Linux. Anyway, so I'm just pointing that out, that we are putting out on some new daily limits, although the Patreon guys won't really feel it too much because they've got lots and lots of high daily limit. But we are putting out some daily limits into place because the more people that jump onto the project and use AI, the more resources they use and the more pressures on our boxes. We have 3 boxes at the moment, and all 3 are under extreme pressure. And we need to get more, and we need to get bigger boxes, and we need that kind of money to do so. So help the project. I'm going to leave this for 2026, see if anything comes in. If it does, great. We can push AI. If not, I'll just continue doing what I do now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. AIOS is the latest build is now out for the Patreon guys. It'll also filter to the Pro guys, although you guys will have more of a limit on the daily use. Although it's still plenty, 500 is still plenty. And free guys at this stage, I'm sorry, but we just cannot handle the load because AI OS is so AI intensive that AI is being used at every level of the OS right now, which means even the free people using it would push a lot of load onto our boxes, and we can't handle that at this point. So I'm only limiting it to the Patreon guys and the Pro upgrade guys. So if you want access to AI OS, there are only 3 ways to get access at this point. 1, either go and donate on our website, in which case you'll get put onto a list and you'll get all the builds as they come out, or upgrade to Pro, $33. Upgrade to Pro, and you'll also go onto our list. We'll also give you all the builds and updates, or become a Patreon member, which they get everything as well as it comes out. So just to say a thank you to the guys that do sponsor us via Patreon every month. Thank you guys. You guys literally keep the lights on. So a big thank you to the Patreon guys. Also a thank you to the guys that have done pro upgrades. Those have helped a lot as well. So I just want to thank everybody, man. This has not been an easy road. One of the things, and I know I'm making this video long and I don't mean to babble, but one of the things that I would love to do, and this is a passion thing for me, I come from a third world country. So third world country. I come from South Africa, third world country. And not only do I come from a third world country, I come from middle class third world country. Now, a middle class in a third world country is not the same as a middle class in a first world country. I don't even know how to begin explaining what a middle class in a third world country is. The thing is that I know there are people that are far less fortunate than me, still in a third world country. I managed to make my way out of a third world country, but I know there are many people still there in a third world country. I have family in a third world country, so I know what their lives are like. Many people in this world are unfortunate and they don't have access to AI, don't have access to technology the same way that many of us do. And I would love to make more of the AI free to regular people. Like you go look at Gemini, Google, with all the money in the world, and then still Google puts all these limitations and charge $20, $40 a month. I mean, how can people even afford that in many of the parts of the world? They can't, right? ChatGPT, same thing. Microsoft, the same thing. And so, yeah, I really don't like. I don't like that. I get that a person has to pay server costs and you have to keep things running, but I am a firm believer that open source should be open source, and I'm a firm believer that if you're in a position to be able to help people, you should. I don't know. I was just raised that way, so I would like to give more free access. In fact, we try to give as much free access as we can to people, but I would like to give more, especially to the people that can't afford. I would love everybody to be able to use AIOS. That's a big dream of mine. So again, if you are in a position to help, go to our website, help us get to that total of 25K. It's 25K. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's on zero, it's a lot. But yeah, help us get to the 25K and we can make some magic happen. Well, I mean, it's early in the year. My to-do list is big. It's big for this year. I would love to just sit all day working on this because we have the funds to go all out. So again, go to the website, makululinux.com, and hit the donate button. Donate what you can. We'll put it to good use. We'll start opening up things, making better AI apps, integrating it more, taking things to the next level. I literally want a talking OS at the end of the day. I just want a talking OS. I want Jarvis, Jarvis from Iron Man. I want that. I want the OS to be that. That's kind of like our goal at the end of the day. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed what we've been doing so far. Feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Check out the links below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I've got quite a few new AI apps that are lined up, as well as I'm going to be doing an overview video of AIOS to show kind of like all the things that we've done so far and the roadmap ahead as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. The guys that now have today's build, enjoy it. Hope you guys have fun, especially with that AI writer. I think a lot of guys are going to have so much fun with that. And of course, the fan control. Wow, this is such an awesome thing, by the way. Very, very awesome. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Working late in the light of our Makulu screen, customizing themes that are oh so clean. A system stable with a heart of open source. Makulu's whispers guide me, no need to force. LibreOffice scribing through no end, no cap. With every app I need, it's a creative sap. Yeah. this app. In the glow, in the flow, Makulu's Insight Show. AI core, open door, guiding as I go. The comfort of the code so bright in the screen's soft light. Makulu harmony in tech's endless flight. Smooth like the river, Makulu runs deep. Updates that deliver, promises to keep. Boot it up, feel the pulse, Makulu's beat so serene. With every line of code, it's like living the dream. AI's mind like the stars guides us through the night. Makulu's here, and everything just feels so right. In the grip of Makulu we find our pace, sailing through cyberspace with elegance and grace.